Ah, there we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. This has been a little rushed to start here, so sorry for that. What the hell's going on here? Oh, I thought I just saw a little bit of lag there. Apparently I didn't. Oh. Okay, sorry for that. A little bit rushed start here. I had, first of all, one of my lights in the background didn't turn on, and I did get started a little bit late because I was playing Sea of Thieves. New update, and pretty damn awesome stuff. Game sound is a little loud. I was messing around with the audios just prior to the stream. Thanks for the follow on Twitch, and welcome. So I'm just gonna pull that audio back a little bit. This game really needs a master volume. Anyway, there we go. That's a lot better. So yeah, job today is we're gonna go out. We're gonna do two main things. Hopefully the first one should be pretty short. It's a continued effort on the whole mining setup, where I'm building a variety of mining ships. And I think last time we took out the gold digger for its first test flight after the initial build was done, and that prompted a few changes I wanted to do, and we're gonna test some of those changes. Test some of those changes today to make sure that I'm now happy with it. And a lot of people have been asking about build guides and stuff like that, and that is gonna come when I'm happy with the gold digger. Well, that's hopefully not going to take too long. I expect it's going to be a very short trip, 15, 20, no more than half an hour. Then we're going to go back and we're going to get out my new mining ship, the Crate, which is a speed mining build. A method that I've never used before, but and I wanted to try and get into and see how it works. I've always gone with a slow, meticulous method because that normally what appeals to me, rather than doing some speedrun thingies. But I wanted to give it a go just to see how it works. So I built a ship, and it's actually, I wasn't planning to do any engineering on it, just to get it out to test it. But I'm actually almost done engineering it. So yeah, I should also say, if there's a little bit of a noise in the background, because I have a huge fan standing here right behind me, like just over there. I did turn it down to the medium setting. I hope that's enough that it's not gonna completely wreck your eardrums with wind noises if you're using a headset, and yet it's hopefully gonna keep me cool enough that I'm not gonna get a heat stroke in the middle of the live stream, because it is very hot in Denmark at the moment. So lots of water as well. Okay, so let's get to Jameson. This is where the ship is stored, and then we'll take it from there. We have a question from Twitch. Saw my video on the sidewinding to Anaconda in 14 hours. You have 24 million. Should you go to see a Sothis to do passenger missions? I would probably spend an evening or two running Road to Riches. 24 is a little on the low side. You want to have... I think 40 is a good point to be, just in case something happens, because they can scan you apparently from time to time. I've never had issues with it, but some people report that they have been scanned, and I expect this because they take the passenger missions before they're fully allied. And of course, if they do that, then they have a high chance of being scanned. So I would recommend that you run Road to Riches, just as described in the video. But since you already have 25 million, you can probably get away with spending, I would say, 2-3 million on a decent exploration ship. And I would say, on average, you're going to get about 1 million per system. Should you take your FSD from your ASP and put it in the Type 7? You can do that. I mean, you could... but anyway, run Road to Riches, take like 20-25 systems. That should be plenty. And then head out and hand in as just as described in the video. If the FSD, I can't remember the size of the FSD on on the ASPs compared to the Type 7. But if you have an engineered FSD on the Type 7, sure, go ahead. But it's not mandatory. You can do it just fine with a normal FSD. And then of course you can swap the FSD back to your ASP once you're done. If you have an ASP, then use that for exploration. Very good exploration ship. The Murder Dog says, can't even hear it. Good. Well, if the fan is not being picked up. We have Dunkelore on YouTube says both have size 5 FSDs. So yes, you can then definitely switch your FSD over. So if you have a 5A already, you can save yourself a bit of money and not buy it again. Just remember to switch it back before you sell the Type 7 once you have the money you need. And I need to request... What the hell is going on? I'm getting a little bit of stuttering here. Oops. What is going on? I'm gonna try to keep my FPS counter on here so I can see what's actually going on. I have a sneaky suspicion that due to the immense heat, that my computer is struggling a bit. Let's have a look here. How is it running? It's not too bad. CPU is sitting at around 60 to 70s, and so GPU is sitting at 63, 64. GPU is GPU is 60. 65-ish, and CPU is 55, so that's not really that an issue. Okay. Don't mind me, I'm just here mining my own business, but yeah. Exactly. More mining. Sorry, more heat sinks on the computer. Thanks a lot for the subscription on YouTube. Okay, let's start now that we're actually at the destination again. A little bit rushed start here. Where is it? The Gold Digger. Now I'm gonna... Yeah, so I first just quickly want to run over some of the changes. Mining crate. Yeah, someone was quick and saw the mining crate. We're gonna get to that. I just wanna get this thing out. Mine like 4 or 5 rocks and then go back. I just want to get a feel for it, just to see where it's going, and if I like the changes. So we're just quickly gonna go with the changes that I made to it since last time, just so you guys have an idea about what it is that we're actually changing out here. Okay, let's start by heading into outfittings. Of course, we have the Gold Digger. Now, on hardpoint wise, I've changed it out a bit. Before I had all my medium slots filled out with mining lances. I've changed that up so that the 2 lasers here on the back here on the engine pods, they are now beam lasers. So we're only running 2 mining lasers instead of 4. We're gonna mine a little bit slower, but since the limpets couldn't really keep up last time anyway, I figured it was okay to do that. So we got with fewer of those, and now that we then have 4 beam lasers, 2 medium, 2 large, I then changed out the huge one for multi-cannon. And these mining lasers here, beam lasers, are fitted with efficient and regeneration secrets, so they're healy beams, so we can heal up enemy or allied ships in case we want to go out and do this in a wing. Like, I mean, it's not meant for combat. This is just to protect ourselves and to protect our fleet members if we get into a fight, if we are in a fleet. And then, of course, a huge multi-cannon, again here overcharged with corrosive shell, which is going to be one of our main kinetic damage sources. That's going to allow us to take down ships a little bit quicker if we get attacked. Yes, power play mining licenses, you got those from power play. So that's the changes to the weapon loadout. Mainly, it is it's the who you get from that old Duval lady. I can't remember her name, but the old one. But the main thing we're gonna test here is it okay to only use 2 mining lances? Utilities haven't really changed at all. Core internals thrusters have been upgraded from D-rated to A-rated. Still dirty drive thrusters with drag on them. So just to get us a little bit more maneuverability, it was a little sluggish last time, so I upgraded the thrusters to give us a little bit more there. And we have the name here on YouTube, Cruella de Val, apparently. So that's been upgraded. Optional tunnels has been moved around a bit. I still have the 2 Guardian shield reinforcement packs down here in the military slots. The lower levels pretty much haven't changed. Still a grade 3 prospect, a 4A refinery, and 3 5A collector limpet controllers. And then I've changed up a little bit. Before we had an 8A prismatic shield generator, way overkill for what we're doing. So I've downgraded that to a class 6 prismatic, giving me 2 cargo racks up here. And then I have a extra class 6 slot that you can use for multiple things. You can either use Guardian FSD booster, as I've done here, or you can fit a 4th collector limpet controller if you want even more collector limpets. So that's the way it is right now. So if you see, we only have 2 cargo racks, but they're class 8, so it still gives us 512 tons of cargo, which should be plenty for a decent run here. So let's go in and let's stock up on limpets. Oh, paint job's damaged, and that is damaged. Everything is damaged here. And we're going to restock, and we're going to restock on limpets. And since we're not going to stay out there for too long, we're just going to get a few. Okay, let's just get plenty. We just sell them again if we don't need them. Let's say 200. Let's go 250. 56. Fill up half our cargo holds. Okay. I should probably have looked up where the hell we need to go. Because I didn't actually look up, I forgot the name of the system where... that's a bit of a problem.
Landing restraints lifted. Exit the station quickly and safely. Commander, reckless flying will result.
I gotta find. Okay. What the fuck? Come on. Stock up something here.
Trespassers will be dealt with.
That's what happened when you tap out of the game while undocking. Let me just find a system. Pristine metallic ring. And we are currently in Shinrata Desra.
Clear of station perimeter. This is traffic operations signing off.
Delcar, that seems like the system we used last time as well. Let's just check this system out before we head out. Delcar 7. Yes. That is definitely the system. Let's head there. Yeah, FSD booster for the location, you can do that as well. Yeah, I don't want to go ice mining. We could do ice mining, but I would much rather take this out for just standard rock mining. Maximum ask, is there good money in mining compared to... No. No. Compared to anything, no. Mining is pretty much the activity in the game that gives you the least profit. So it's not that it's not doing this for the profit. That's for sure. Okay, let's head to planet 7. Okay. Really only good for mats. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, I still think passenger missions is one of the most profitable activities in the game at the moment. Oh, have I set up... It's weird, sometimes when I change here, I get a little bit of a lag, it seems, but my FPS counter is just rock solid on 60. I don't know what's going on. Let's make sure I set up the 5 groups. We have one with all the lasers, we have one with prospector and mining lances, and we have one which is then collectors and prospectors. Good. Yeah, I'm definitely getting some lag here. That's really weird. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the Q4 update. That's going to be a very, very good update, I think. Not only do we get mining and exploration changes, we also get the squadron thing and the mega ships. There's really a lot in that update. It's gonna keep people busy for a while. What was that flickering on the planet that looked a little weird? Okay, so let's drop down. We're not going to drop into a resource extraction site. There's a pretty good one there, high intensity resource extraction site, inside the right ring, and a pretty good spot, to be honest. But I'm just going to drop in at a random location in the ring here. Oh, someone left the ring there. I should probably show you guys. Here we go. You can see this is the shield on the ship as it is right now. It's not too bad, to be honest. I think it's pretty decent. At least for a mining ship. They should definitely be able to hold out for a while. And I'm gonna do a quick test with the weapons here. Now see, this is firing all the beam lasers with 4 pips. Okay, let's try this. 4 pips is constant. 3 pips, and we slowly begin to lose. That's okay. Okay, we have a few ships around us here. We're just gonna check them out just to see what they're up to. We have someone scanning us. There's a security ship. So that's not an issue. We have something down here. You just don't want to get surprised. Oh, there we go. It's another guy mining an NPC. We're just gonna keep drifting here. A little bit of more pips to shields. Cargo scoop open. Could you stop drifting? Thank you. Oh, hold on. He's new. He could be trouble. See if he's wounded. Because if he is, he's gonna be... Yeah, he is. Okay, let's get rid of this guy. Just also to give us a chance to actually test out the weapon systems of this thing. Yeah, He could definitely feel that. And he's gone. So that worked quite well. Exactly, the drift is real. Okay, so now that we've taken care of that, we can now begin to go and do a little bit of prospecting here. Let's prospect that thing there. Is the game audio too low? I've turned up the audio a bit now. Hope that's better. Galliite, don't want that. Nope. As Henrik says, it's a cutter. It's not gonna stop drifting just because you ask it to. That's true. Oh, we have one there. Lots of platinum. What about the rock here? Silver and osmium and more platinum. That's actually a pretty good rock as well. So we're gonna get those two rocks, I guess. Let's get up. Let's get that up. And let's put like that. Let's get some collectors out. There we go. Lasers are out. And time to do some mining here. Ah. Why not turrets? Mine and let the turrets handle the pirates. We could do that, but first of all, there's no huge turrets. And we're not planning to be heading into a lot of pirates, so I would rather just deal with them quickly and then get back to mining. I should probably move closer to all the fragments here. No, this is not, the new mining thing is not added before Q4. So this is not it. I'm just preparing a bit, getting some mining ships ready, so I have something to build off once that update hits. Damn, this is a big rock. You can definitely feel it takes a lot longer to get all the fragments out. Thanks a lot for the follow on Twitch. But we can still see we still have plenty of fragments that the limpets have not picked up yet. Commander asks why his limpets are expiring after collecting only one material. That's because you have a material targeted when you launch them. Don't do that. Make sure you have nothing targeted, or a planet, or something, a system, something that the limpet cannot pick up. If you have something targeted, it will pick that up and it will self-destruct. John asks, this is beta test or current state? This is current state. Right now we're just testing the tried and tested method, the good old by prospecting with limpets. We are currently, Eagle asks, if we're beyond Q2 or Q3. We just got the Q2 update, which is beyond... Yes, which is beyond 2.3? 2. No, 2. What are we at now? 2.1? 2? I can't remember. We just got the Q2 update at least. That means at the end of... in a couple of months, maybe 2 months, we're probably gonna get the Q3 update, and then we're gonna move on and get the Q4 update probably around Christmas would be my guess. So we can see even with 2 rocks, it's not a problem to keep the collectors busy. I mean, they are still collecting in fragments from some of the rocks, so so that's not going to be a problem at least. So we can definitely go with the 2, with just the 2 lasers. That should be plenty. Oh, a little bit of painite there. Nice. Just gonna skip that. I know it's painite, but 4 point something percent, 4.5%. It's actually okay, but I'll find something better. Just need the last collectors to come back, then we can move on. Oh, look at that. 42% platinum. Yes, please. I mean, we're already doing pretty well. 11 tons of platinum. It's not bad. But the extra speed, I think, is really nice. It definitely handles better, especially now when we're flying around with our cargo scoop open, which is already half, reducing our speed to half what it was before. I'm out of water already. I like that it's so easy to keep these lasers running with power. Hello, Adamus, and welcome to the stream. Henrik asking for the rapid cam. I think the rapids are somewhere less hot right now. Trying to hide it under the sofa or something like that. Okay, so 2 lasers is not a problem, and the and I definitely think the engine upgrade is a better way to go than the D-rated engines I was using before. Let's get just 1 more rock, and then let's head back and switch out to the other ship, because I did say I didn't want to do this for too long. What do we get? Scarlight. Nope. Let's just shoot at... Let's just shoot at the big rock there, actually. Not the best. Okay, lots of palladium. Let's pick that. Let's see what this other one finds in the big rock down there. Come on. Also a lot of palladium. So we're gonna pick these two rocks and then we're gonna head back. Okay, Alexander asks, so how do you launch them? Basically, when you launch, you just add them to a fire group. Make sure you do not have a fragment or anything collectible targeted, and launch them. They'll then be idling underneath your ship until they find something to actually collect. Maybe I should target the limpet so I can actually see how much is left in this rock. And that should almost be it. And there we go. Asteroid completed. And then we just need the other rock down here. See, this one is a bit odd because we are not going to be able to mine on the axis of rotation because of the way we are positioned right now. So we will have to be a little careful, and I'm probably going to mine all the way down here on the side to try and push it out away from the rock. Or actually, you know what? Axis of rotation is there. If we mine there, it should actually be good. Okay, now we have collector limpets beginning to expire on us here, so we need to fire off some new ones here. So you can see here, I have a limpet targeted right now. That's okay, but if I wanted to be absolutely sure, I would just go and deselect that, like so. And now I could then begin to fire off my collectors. And when you fire off multiple collectors, just hold the trigger in. So that will take some time for the first one, and then the next one will be fired off in rapid succession afterwards. I run 9 collectors on this ship here, which I think is pretty nice. Now I just need to find my prospector again. There it is. People asking what size mining lasers this is. These are mining lances, so they count as, I think, small ones. So they're not mining that quickly, but they have really good range, which is the main reason why I use them. We have a lot of collectors dead again. I think we have some fragments that are in a very bad position right now. Let's see what happens here. Look at that swarm though. And then simultaneously they're gonna pick up a rock. Ah, almost. Okay, that's depleted. I'm gonna move over and position myself a little bit better on these fragments here to try and speed up the collection process. We definitely have some fragments here that's been positioned that I didn't position very well. I think it's the one that I mined at the beginning down here. Well, that's actually pretty okay. Out here shouldn't be an issue. Okay. We're gonna head back anyway, so let's just get some more limpets out. Try to keep an eye on them, see where they're dying. Yeah, but you don't always want to just shoot low. You want to look at the asteroid, especially like this one that's spinning, and then you try to find this axis of rotation and mine there. Because it reduces the chance that the limpets are gonna get destroyed by the rock. See, where do they go? A lot of them are dying down there. Ah, I know what's going on. They're trying to fly around the rock, but then they're probably flying into it instead. You see that? See this one here? Boop, flying into the rock. So there's something going on there. Okay, he got it. You know what? I'm just gonna try to... Oh, okay, we got all of them now. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna call it, not for the stream, but for the testing of this ship at least. Pretty happy with it, to be honest. I think it's performing fairly well. So let's head back to Shinrata. Clear the mass lock, and now we need to be careful not drifting back into the mass lock, which I have done a few times before. I'm gonna keep heading away from the ring, and just before the charge is complete, we're gonna head back towards it and boost. There we go. Oceanics on Twitch says, hey, and thanks for all the content. You're very welcome. Yeah, so we got ourselves a find on the way out because I was too busy looking up systems. Let's head back to James Memorial and get back in. Hope they're not too mad at us. Yeah, exactly. So long. Thanks for all the fish. I'm of course in solo because I don't want people dropping by trying to snipe, stream snipe. So I'm always streaming in solo unless we're doing something in a wing. Where of course we'll have to go into a private group or open. So sorry Maze Pilot, but no stream sniping for you today. Okay, so there's a bit of a discussion now going on the YouTube side with the whole. Okay, of course, getting interdicted here. With the whole idea of prospecting with lasers, I'm gonna show you in a bit how you can do that and how you can still get the full, because we're still gonna use the prospectors when you're prospecting with the lasers. I actually think that I'm gonna lose this one. Okay, now I got it. I got it now. There we go. But we're gonna go out and we're gonna try to do the other method now. And I should say that I am pretty new to this method. I haven't been using it a lot. I've always gone with the slow and meticulous kind of, whoa, I'm not reading chat right now. I've always gone with this slow, meticulous approach. So it's going to be a little bit interesting and definitely going to be something that I will have to use a little bit of time to learn properly. But we'll see how it goes. We have time. Steve asks, do you get less if you mine one fragment before you prospect? I don't think so. We can test it. It's pretty easy to test, actually. And we'll do that in a little bit. Because we mine one fragment off of rock, and then we prospect. We can then see how many percentages was deducted from the total on the asteroid when we get the prospector going. And then we can see how much the next fragment deducts. So my guess is the first fragment is gonna take more away from the rock than the following. So yes, you would lose a little bit, but if that means you can find the good rocks faster, it's probably gonna be worth it. But we'll wait and see. Oh crap, I forgot I'm in a cutter. See, I'm getting this stuttering again. I'm not sure if it's showing up on stream or if it's just my game. It doesn't seem like it. Did you, when I was flying past the station there, did you guys see any kind of stuttering? Because that's really weird. I think it's a heat issue. That was 32. It's right here. Exactly. No stutter. Okay, so it's only on my end at least. That's good. I don't know if that's good, but okay. I'll see if it's something that continues. Then I'll try to work. But if it's only on my end, then we can definitely then I can definitely work with it. I can live with a bit of stuttering doing a live stream, but I just don't want it to show up on your end. Okay, so that was. No, let's actually sell what we have. Now that we are at it here. The waters of Shinrata. Oh, nice. And I don't really care what kind of prices I get and if it's any good. Right now we're not doing this to make money. We're just doing this Oh, look at that. Look at that platinum sell price, though. 38. That's almost twice. It is twice. That's fair. Add a little bit of silver. Yes, PC is water-cooled. Okay, we should be good now. We will I can't remember how much cargo I have in the crate. Not enough. So let's get rid of like.
Thanks for testing the lances, Astro. You mine rock.
Thanks for the 10 euro donation. And you are very welcome. Let me see. Now we can use... No. Oh, no. Is this right? Crate Mark 2? Yes, it is. Use this ship. Where's the best place to sell mining material? That changes all the time. So I would... Whenever you're done mining, I would always recommend that you go to something like EDDB and look where you can get best prices for your stuff. So here we have it. Let's start by really quickly here running over the build that I've done. And again, it's not finished. It's still very much in the testing phase. For hardpoints, I've gone with 3 large beam lasers. Again, same thing as before. Regeneration sequence and efficient. I'm not sure if I'm actually done. I think I'm done engineering these. I am. So again, same mantra as before. If this is going to be a fleet thing, we want to have some regeneration. Again, you can put any weapons on. This is just what I choose, basically. And then we're going to have 2 mining lances down here in the optimal position right next to the cockpit. You can get the full view of the lasers. Utility-wise, shield boosters, not engineered yet. We'll have to do that at some point. Again, build's not finished. Internals, nothing special here. It's pretty much just D-rated life support, D-rated the sensors. Everything else is A-rated. And I'm not gonna go into too much detail with every single engineering, because again, this is still very much in the development phase. In here we have a fuel scoop, which we need to change for a cargo rack, because we don't need to move this around anymore, not as much at least. Shield generator, would have loved that to be prismatic, but I didn't have a spare 5A prismatic shield, so this was why I went with A-rated, which is probably going to be fine. For refinery, we're gonna have 2 collectors. You can see here, I'm halfway done engineering my collectors. So 2 3A collector limpets. These are gonna give us an active maximum 4 collector limpets, which is good, I guess. And then a 1A prospector down here. So that's the build. So let's get it up on the surface so we can have a quick look at it from the outside. Yeah, definitely, as Robert also says, mining missions is a good way to increase your payouts. And then look at this thing, though. Look at it. There we go. That is a beautiful little thing. I really like those pointy things at the front. Really just makes it look mean. Anyway, let's get this thing. I was about to say in the air, but is there air inside the docking bay? I don't know. I guess there would be. Why would you also have this shield that you're flying through? Yeah, exactly. That body on the crate. And we're gonna find our mining location over here. Yes. Boom. So many wings. Exactly. But just look at the maneuverability of this thing. I mean, this thing is just turning like no one's. And it's fast. I mean, this one will go 400 right now. Oh, hold on. Did I bring limpets? I did bring limpets. This one will go 400. And that means that with our cargo scoop open, we're going to be able to still fly at 200 meters a second. Which is going to be pretty fast inside a ring, to be honest. It's pretty much twice what we were moving in the cutter. So back to planet 7 again. And while we're flying out there, we can have a quick look at the shields, if you guys are interested. So you see, shields not that great, but again, shield boosters have not been engineered. So there's still a lot of engineering that needs to go into this. Okay, so we have, someone asks what I think of Star Citizens. I've tried it, and it's okay. It looks promising so far, but I have my doubts whether it's actually going to be complete at any point. And until we see something moving out of alpha, or just until it becomes more than a tech demo, then I'm reluctant to do much with it. Actually, Eagle has a very good point there, that there should be an atmosphere inside the starport, and otherwise it wouldn't make sense why your atmosphere would instantly be restored the moment you enter the hangar. That's a very good point. I mean, just while we're flying here. That one. Look at that, though. Look at that ship. We have some stuff. How far are we away? Still have some time. Just those, with those ship kits on there, it's really just extending out there. Why you would need an airlock? I assume because you want to get out of the ship once you're on the landing pad. I don't know. Air Custom Hobbies says that Star Citizens have received more money than most finished games and yet is still unplayable. Yeah, and that's why I'm reluctant to do much with it at the moment. Yeah, the crate looks awesome in VR. I have to agree. Okay. Throttle back here on, coming over the ring. We can probably, because we're so small and nimble, we can probably drop down in a very dense part of the ring. So I think I'm going to try to do that. Drop down here in one of the densest parts. Like right here. So. And now we just wait and see if we get any pirates following us. Did I set up the 5 groups on this? Beam lasers on... That's not right. They should be number 1. Beam lasers should be not here at all. Actually, they could be secondary. Then we're gonna need the... where there was at first, and prospector there. And then one that's collectors and prospectors. But how's Atmos restored? Yeah, okay. There's some... that's a good point as well, Steve has here. How Atmos is then restored when you're at a starport, or like a small one. Medium-sized. Okay. So I have no idea what I'm gonna do here. I guess we're gonna get the cargo hold open. It's gonna slow us down, of course. And then run all pips to engines. You know what? We need to do a test here. With our cargo scoop open and no pips to shield, let's do a rock test first. Before. Oh, a good point as well. There are palm trees in some stations. That's true. But I think... Well, what about the ones that does not have... So let's try this. We're gonna purposely bump into this rock, see what the shields say to that. Ah, that's not bad. So we can definitely like fly face first into a rock without any issues. Should we try to boost into a rock just for the fun of it? With no pips to shield? This is probably gonna hurt a bit more. Yeah, definitely hurts. Okay, but even with a slightly damaged shield, I mean, with exactly as Hedrick says, this is my nightmare. I get nightmares about rocks killing my ship. So even with no pips to shield and boosting full speed into a rock, we should still able to take. I mean, that was 2 hits right there. It took us down to 77. So that's not too bad. So let's get the shields back on. It takes a bit of time to recharge. And now we're going to try this method that I'm going to learn. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to a rock. We're going to mine a fragment. Target it. Ah, I see. Then we can see here, okay. None of that was interesting. Moving on to the next rock. Target that. Oh, so here we have one that has palladium in it. So that could potentially be interesting. So let's try to fire a prospector on this.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Okay, and now we can see here that this rock here, I'm gonna write this down in a notepad somewhere, I guess. Paul, thanks a lot for the subscription on YouTube. Sorry, I'm just gonna quickly get a notepad running here. So we can see here on the materials remaining that first rock that took out 11.11 actually. It took 11.11 out of it, so it took out 1/9 of the asteroid. But if we mine, let's say, one more fragment from this rock, should probably put a little bit of pips into weapons. One more fragment here. See, that thing only dropped us like, what, 1 point something? Not a lot. So 11.11%, yeah, and this one was a lot lower. Pretty much, so it definitely seems like that you're going to get less materials. Oh, get the chat running here. Let me catch up on chat here. I'm just... So you're definitely gonna get less fragments from doing this, but only because of the initial... oh, hold on, look at the radar. Only because of the initial... initial fragment that you're mining. So the question is, now we're going to test this out in a bit, now actually. Question is if you're going to get so much less that it's not really worth it. So let's see how quickly we could actually prospect. I have my active collector limpet targeted, so that's okay, just for the people who talked or asked before. And we're gonna get the cargo hold open, and we're gonna... Not lasers. We're gonna get... Come on! Mining lances, there we go. Does the side... No, the fragments are still the same, as far as I know. The only difference between the different types of mining lasers is not the size of the fragments, but how quickly they spawn. Oh, I love the short approach corridor on this ship. I'm gonna show you guys in a bit when we've done mining this this rock here. We're gonna stop when there's one fragment left, because I want to test something here. Oh, depleted there. So it was 3 point something per fragment we dragged out. So it seems like we get about 2 or 3 fragments less when doing this per rock. It's not too bad. But look at this. When we were mining in the cutter, the approach corridor for the limpets. So when the limpets approach, look at this one here. We're going to follow this limpet here around. It's going to head to a point below the ship. Down there. And then they're going to begin to approach up towards the ship. They're not going to fly straight for the cargo hatch. They all does the same thing. At that point is different for every ship. And it's definitely closer because the crate is smaller. Also, look at the beautiful position of that cargo scoop. That's really good. The fact that the hull goes away from the cargo scoop makes it such a good ship for scooping, though. You can definitely scoop in this one without any issues. Okay, nice. Okay, let's continue our prospecting here. Oh, hello. And this is where the increased range on the... Let's actually do this. The increased range on the lasers definitely helps us here. Oh, you can actually see it on the frag. We don't have to look down. That's really nice. Oh, there's one painite. This one has 7%, so we're gonna prospect that rock. Target that. 8% painite. We're gonna mine this, but we're gonna get some collectors out first. Oops. Actually, let's get our cargo hold away. Oh, this is gonna be close. Away from that rock there. Look, it's clipping into this other rock now. So we're gonna shoot it down there in this direction where there's a little bit more space to collect from. It's a lot quicker to prospect like this, no doubt about it. Maze Pilot, I'm still in solo. Still no stream sniping. How do you change the ship to have different voices? You can do it in the livery. I think there's 2 available for free, and you can buy extras from the store if you want to. You know what? This might actually be my new favorite method of mining. And also again, 2 pips to weapons, and we are easily able to keep the mining lances running indefinitely. We are not losing capacitor. How can we actually go down to 1 pip? Wow, look at that. Oh, here we go. 1 pip, and we are still only slowly losing capacitor here. That's okay, Maze Pilot. I just always assume, because I get people who comes into the chat, they ask if I'm in solo or open, and then leave. And then I just assume, okay, that's probably people who just came by because they wanted to try stream snipe. One pip to systems. I don't think we need any pips to keep the limpets running. I would love, though, to get some more collectors on this ship, because it does take a long time to collect once we're done here. I would definitely like if we could get up to 6 collectors on this, but it's probably going to be difficult without suffering too much on the cargo side, and we only have 160, which is actually pretty good, but we are a little low on the cargo side. We could maybe pull it down to around 100 tons of cargo, and then try to get some more collector limpets on this. That could be a possibility. But we're gonna move on, and we're gonna find ourselves some nice asteroids to test here. So that's one here. We're gonna fire at it once. Target the fragment. We look at the materials, and it's not something we want. So we move on to the next rock. And the mining lances, look at the range we can mine at here. Oh, and then we have platinum on this one. Look at the percentages down in the lower right-hand corner. 33% platinum. Very good. We already have a collector running out. We're gonna prospect it. We can see that lost 10% from that fragment. But this is a 41% platinum rock. So either way, we hit the mother lode. So why the crate? It might be that we could switch the modules over and do a Python instead. That could definitely be a possibility. I just really like the crate, and it's very fast, and the maneuverability of it is so awesome. But I'm gonna have to try and do a comparison with the Python just to see how that performs in terms of speed, because we are gonna fly with our cargo hold open, so having that extra speed is definitely gonna be a benefit, I think. If you take 3 pair class 5 collectors in the Python, you're down to 180. Yeah, but we still need room for the shield and other stuff like that. Because if we're gonna try to optimize this to be as fast as possible, we always need to see what is it that takes time right now. And what's holding us back right now is, I mean, we could put more mining lasers on here. We could definitely put more mining lasers on here, but the collectors cannot keep up as it is right now. So we would need, I definitely think more collectors is needed on this build. So question is, if we should try to go back and rebuild the ship and see if we can do anything with it. Maybe we're gonna have a look at if we can do something with a Python where we get an extra internal slot. But we could swap some modules around and see how it performs in terms of speed. I think we're gonna do that in a bit. I just want to get... Oh, it's done. Ah. Why are we not picking up these fragments? Oh, because it's nickel. And I got tons and tons of nickel already. So let's prospect some more. Don't want that. Don't want that. Because those 200 meters a second is pretty comfortable flying with. I'm pretty comfortable flying around with that. Oh, what do we have here? Palladium and gold. Let's prospect that, and we need to. I need to get into a habit of try it with the cutter. That's a good point as well. We could do that as well. For Carlos. I don't know if you guys have noticed. It's barely visible, but look what's down behind the panel that shows the information about the rock. There's a small bobblehead back there. It should probably get a little bit more prominent position in the ship at some point. Because it is kind of hidden in this cockpit. Okay, so we're gonna go and do two things now. First, we're gonna go back and I'm gonna get myself a Python, and we're gonna test this out. Nope, no pirates. We're not in the Hashmas site, or not in the resource extraction site. We're just in a random spot in the ring. First, we're gonna go back and we're gonna see if we can do anything with the current build to fit more limpets. That's the first thing we're gonna do. Then we're gonna go and move the engines over to a Python and take that out and see what kind of speeds we get. And once we've done a little bit of testing on that, we can then head back and get, we can then get the cutter again and go back and try this in the cutter. Commander Thomas, thanks a lot for joining on Twitch, and hello to you. Look at that, we haven't been out here for very long, and we only got a single unit of painite, but we got a lot of platinum and a lot of palladium. This is gonna be a very profitable run. Gold refined. Gonna get the last one here. Shivy says that he apparently tried to mine 500 tons and mining even shouldn't be in the game. Why not? I enjoyed a lot. And I've been mining quite a bit. See if we can find this here in the statistics panel. Go down to, I think mining has its own thing. Here we go. Minerals refined, 6,500 minerals refined. Okay, back to Shinrasha again. More testing. There we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, it's almost behind the planet, so let's hope it's... How do I always pick the wrong side of the ring? I don't get it. There we go. Yeah, people on Twitch saying mining should make 100 million per hour, not being a spaceship bus driver. I'm not sure if we should make 100 million per hour. I mean, but if we could just get up to be at least in the 30 to 40, maybe even 50 million per hour if you have a big ship, then I think it would be a lot more interesting. Isano, thanks a lot for the follow on Twitch. So Steve, again, it's a good point that that using the normal mining lasers is nice because you want to get close to the rock when you collect anyway. But if you're doing this speed mining thing where you're trying to collect or where you're trying to prospect with your lasers instead of with your limpets, then the extra range you gain on the lasers is definitely worth it. And I'm gonna try to see if I can avoid a loop of shame this time. Sorry, Henrik. Oh, never mind. I looked away in the chat, so now we're gonna loop again. No. Oh. Yes, we're back at 7 seconds. Yeah, I know. We do that. There are mining missions, and they're gonna pay out a lot more. But again, we're not doing this for the money right now. But we're purely doing this for testing purposes. I was really surprised how easy it was to get into that whole speed mining thing. I thought it would be something that would require a lot of player skills. It was actually surprisingly easy. Just like go out and do it. You could probably optimize it a bit more so you don't have that much travel time between your prospects. But yeah.
Delacey, Delta 2 Echo. Thank you for choosing our station, Commander. We hope you find everything to your liking.
Henrik on Twitch tried to lure me in.
Access authorized. Please head directly for Bay 18.
Lure me into getting into a loop of shame here. And almost touched it down a little bit too early there.
Docking complete. Ground crew dispatched. Greetings, Commander.
Okay. Let's pull this into the outfitting hangar. Let's see what we can do with it. Okay, let's see. So it's pretty much optional internals. So we have. Okay, from the bottom, that one as a prospector is pretty much the best we can do there. Then we have the 2 ones here. What we could do is we could drop that cargo rack and get... I mean, if we drop this and got a collector limpet controller here, collector limpet controller 5A, that's going to give us another 3. There we go. That's going to give us another 3 collectors, putting us up to 7. It's not quite the 9 we had on the cutter, but I think that's definitely better. But what I want to do now, because I think this is definitely better. So now we should be at what, 128 tons of cargo. If you could, like, yeah, I know. Yeah, 128 tons of cargo. That's not too bad. Yeah, sell the stuff. You're right, we need to empty our cargo hold here. Gold. Okay, let's see what are we at? Where are we at credit-wise? We're 80,000 short of 4.2 billion credits. So let's see what we get here. Woohoo! So that was what, 620? That's not too bad. Nemo asks, how do I always get docked at the back of the station? I don't. So far I've just been lucky on this stream to get docking pads at the back. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go in here, we're gonna go into core internals, we're gonna take the thrusters and we're gonna put them into storage. And then we're gonna go into the ship hangar and we're gonna fight this little Python. Oh, there it was. Python. And store our current ship. 640,000. It's not too bad, to be honest. Yeah. Thank you for dropping by, Steve. I mean, 600 and I mean, we weren't there for very long.
Carlos is everywhere.
Thanks a lot for the €4 donation, Carlos Infinite. Okay, and we're going to go and transfer options and transfer. I'm going to transfer the thrusters over there. Stored modules. Oh, I have 8D thrusters. 30. Okay. Oh, those are from the cutter. And we're going to sell that because I don't want to store that. We have an 8A prismatic shields. Well, mining is very relaxing. I enjoy it. Okay, so let's take this thing out. And we were doing 200 with the cargo scoop open in the crate. And I know that the crate would... I mean, we didn't have upgraded all the modules, so there might be some modules that are slightly heavier. So the speed might change a little bit, but...
Disengage from landing pad. Maintain correct lane on
So far, it's not too bad. The turning is definitely not the same.
Landing gear retracted.
So I can see already now that we're gonna be... That's actually not that bad. We're gonna be able to go at a straight line speed of like 180 is probably gonna be realistic in a real world scenario. And to be honest, the maneuverability is not too shabby for a mining ship. I mean, we're not doing combat here. We're not going to try to avoid incoming damage. You know what? I might actually have to rebuild this as a Python rather than a crate, just because we're gonna get that extra internal slot.
This is flight control. Reduce speed to 100. Access granted. Please head directly for bay 05.
05 is, whoops, it's up here. Well, see, there you go. Got one very, very close to the, it's close to cargo scoop.
Cargo scoop retracted. Landing gear deployed.
Ah, I hope I could land it right as it moved over. There we go. You know what, I think I will have to begin to move the modules over. Not now, probably do that off stream because it's going to be very tedious to watch. But I think I will have to do this in a Python instead. And I know that the Python cockpit is a little odd. It's not as pretty. And you're sitting off center, which is... I can't remember. Let's go and have a look at the hardpoint positioning of the ship because I can't remember where those are at. Livery, let's just quickly see what I actually have available for this. Oh, I have a midnight black and I have a gold wireframe. That's awesome. Do I have a ship kit for this? I can't remember. I do not. I would... Oh, I like that one. And the spoiler. Huh. I would probably have to get the Python ship kit then. Again, that's spiky nose. But that would be... I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to do that later. Yeah, that skin is awesome. I like the midnight black one. That's the one that's on sale on Black Friday, so you can get that, well, on Black Friday. All of this stuff. Wow, that's a lot for the Python. Oh my god. Squadron Orange. They have the Pulse paint jobs. They are, well, aggressive. Then there's all these, yeah. I really like this one as well. And this one's pretty good as well. But it's very bright. Military stripe red. That's cool. About half an hour. Okay, hold. Okay, guys, give me a minute. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's definitely keep that gold wireframe one. Anyway, I'm probably gonna have to move the modules over, as I said. But for now, let's try to get the cutter out again. Whoa, hello. Let's just disable that hit, turn on the hit lock again. Crate speed miner. Gold digger, let's get that thing out again. There we go. Yeah, Pulse paint job for the crate is missing. True. Now I forgot to look at the weapon placements in the Python. I can't recall where they put those.
You are a go for departure.
Because that might, if the weapons are placed really poorly, I can't remember. The flying banana. I don't think we're gonna go ice mining right now. Let's keep to the same ring so we kind of get a little bit of familiarity with that ring. The class 2s on the Python is right behind the cockpit on top. Oh, that's pretty nice. Oh wait, did I? We still have limpets from... yes, good. Thought I forgot limpets. What do you want? Collect salvage? No. A flying banana. It's not a banana, it's a gold digger. Oh, yeah. Only problem is it's way too far out. Oh, not looping yet. Ha! Need to keep an eye on this. Okay. The only belly gun is one of the class 3s. Okay, so it has 2 on the top and 1 at the bottom. That's not as good as on the crate, but still pretty good. Yeah, Cedric says, it's a gold cutter covered in the 200 tons of gold you almost mined in that stream. The stream. Oh yeah, we need to do the asteroid test on this thing as well, with the new shields. Because this thing should be impossible to kill with an asteroid this time. I don't want the same thing to happen that did the last time with the thing blowing up after 6 hours of mining. With everything in the cargo hold. That was really bad. Okay, let's drop into the ring in a very dense location, like right here. Boom. No, I don't want to collect your salvage. Fuck off. Okay. We're gonna go full tilt into an asteroid with... No pips to shield. And let's see if we can ram an asteroid here. Oh, there's a small one right there in front of us. See? No biggie at all. We can hit all the asteroids we want. Okay, let's try that same method as before. But this time with in this ship instead. So mining lancers, go. Get ourselves a fragment. Not what we want. Galliite. Silver and gold. No. It's actually working quite well. Oh, hold on. We need to have the cargo hold open, of course, to get a proper feeling for it. Because if we don't have the cargo hold open, we're gonna get a little bit more speed than we would in reality. You can see the main problem we're gonna have here is when we're flying with cargo holds, we're still doing 150, which is quite a bit slower, but is it too slow? That's the question here. And we could use a little bit of luck out. Little bit of osmium there, but not really enough to justify us prospecting it properly. Let's go down this area here. Gold. Nope. Don't want gold. I mean, apart from us being very unlucky right now, it's actually okay. I mean, we're definitely prospecting a lot quicker than we could before. Scan detected. I see all. Okay. What do you want to see? I have something you can see.
Target shields offline.
There you go. Anything else you want to see? Maybe a little bit of lasers. Ooh. That was one ram that took him from full shield to 17% hull. That's what happens when you get rammed by a heavy mining cutter. That's going full speed to you. Okay, where were we? We were mining. Prospect that rock. Oh, 21. Wow. Okay. Let's stop right here. Stop!
Prospector limpet engaged.
Thank you. And let's back that up a bit. Look at that, 32% pay night. Let's get some collectors out.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Cargo scoop retracted. Programming limpet drone.
And let's get the lasers. Let's get a little bit of room beneath the ship. Yeah, exactly, yes. So it seems if you want to get lucky with the asteroids, just go and ram a ship first. Yeah, it seems to work. So one thing that I have noticed already is, even though this is definitely faster to do than to do the normal prospecting method as I did before, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna be my new preferred mining method to prospect like this. I have noticed that doing this in the cutter is a lot more difficult, because when you find something that you actually want, you're already speeding ahead towards it full speed, so you need something that can stop quickly. So that's why I might actually consider going with the Python, even though it's gonna cost me it's gonna cost me 2 collectors and gonna cost me a little bit in. See, that's what I don't know. I don't know if it's more efficient to mine with 2 extra collectors, so we can move on to the next asteroid quicker, or if it's more profitable to have a more maneuverable ship so we can stop quicker. Oh, it's done. Okay. So now, while we are waiting, there's no reason why we shouldn't just prospect the rocks around us. We could just do that anyway, so we can actually get an idea if any of the rocks around us here have anything of value, because they might, and we could get lucky. That's right, as Big X says. Well, an asteroid will stop you quickly. Oh, look at that, 50% palladium. If it was platinum, I would have gone for it. Palladium, I don't think so. I'm a little picky now. Like that one. Wow, look at that rock. Palladium, osmium, and painite. Yep. I'll take that. Thank you very much. And again, find the center of rotation, which is about here, and mine from there. Exactly. Jackpot. I think I'll have to try and build the Python to figure out if I think it's better to do this in a Python than in a cutter. I think in the long run, I mean, if you're planning to have very long mining sessions, the cutter is definitely the better choice because of the higher cargo hold. I mean, with this you can stay in the field for a lot longer before you have to go back. And of course, going back will take you back to the station and sell materials, and before you're back in the ring will take you 15 minutes. So Robert says that I missed the large prospecting. Everything will be available for rewatch when the stream is after, like, a few hours after the stream is complete. I think I got a little bit off center here. I'm in a very... That was not good. I was not paying attention again. Like, I drifted off to the side. Oops. Okay, let's just mine on that tip out there, because that's so far out from the center of the asteroid, it's not going to be an issue. There we go. So actually, I think a combination of those two methods are actually pretty good. Because now we're in this situation again where we have the collectors are collecting stuff for us. And we need to find So obviously we can't just run around now and begin to collect the next, but what we can do while we wait is send prospectors out to the nearby asteroids. So I think a combination of those two methods, both the running around speed mining thing is pretty good. But I would definitely also do, while we're sitting here and waiting, I would still do prospecting like I normally do to try and find a good rock. But as soon as I have to actually move away from my area, I will begin to do the 14% platinum. Yeah, that's pretty good as well. Let's try to find something a little bit better. William, thanks a lot for the subscription on YouTube.
Prospect limpet engaged.
Like 31% platinum and gold, so let's go for that. Okay, let's mine this. So as you can see, I was actually able to pretty quickly locate a new rock, but of course this is all RNG. So if I was unlucky and I didn't find anything in the local area, then I would just begin to do the fly from rock to rock and mine and prospect it. I think that's a pretty effective way to go, because you want to spend as little time prospecting I mean, you need those lasers running at all times. Do I still have all my collectors out? I do. Though I would still like to try this in a Python. We tried it in the crate, that worked pretty well. I would like to try it in a Python with 7 collectors and see how that works. And it might be something I'm gonna do off camera. And if it doesn't work, I can always use the core internals for on the crate or Python for something else. I'm pretty sure I will come up with a project at some point that will need a ship like that for something. Or maybe I'm just gonna build the mining Python, just in case I don't want to bother flying this big ship around. Oh, one more fragment. There it is. And now I notice a lot of good rocks. Look at all those rocks almost not spinning. Let's begin to prospect that. That's one prospector. The next prospector. Okay, someone got a silver, osmium, and gold. Nope. Looks like we're gonna head into a flyby prospecting mode in a bit, because it's not a lot of this that's giving me anything really profitable. Some good rocks here up above me as well. Nope.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone.
Okay, we can begin to move out. The limbs have picked up the last fragments, so let's begin to move. That's not interesting. Just gonna follow this around just to see what it gets while we do a manual prospecting of this one.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Nope, don't want that either. No. Bit of an open spot here. Something there. Nope, don't want that. 15% platinum. Let's try to prospect that.
Collector limpet expired. Prospector limpet engaged.
30% platinum. Not bad at all. Let's refill the broken limpets here.
Programming limpet drone.
Oh yeah, throw a pip on the shield. Yeah, probably a good idea. So I put a lot of pips on shield while we're sitting here and mining anyway. Thanks a lot for the follow on Twitch. Hey Nap, vacation was very nice. It was nice getting away from all the stuff to look at home, but it's also good to be back. Oh, a lot of dead collectors here. Wow. What the hell?
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
Do we have a rock below us or something? What are they being killed by? Ah, they're moving into that asteroid there, I think. Look at all those... Are that all dead collectors? Or is it just fragments? I think I'll just rotate a little bit so they have a little bit better clearance. Class 2 mining gear would be much faster here, especially with all those collectors. It would, but it doesn't really matter. Because they can't keep up with the lasers anyway. The lasers are faster. You see, we have plenty of fragments that haven't been picked up. And they're not done yet. So now we're gonna go back to the manual or the limpet prospecting. What else do I want to look at? That one maybe. Golden Galite, not really interested in that. Can mine a fragment of that. What, I should actually prospect it normally, now that we're just sitting still anyway.
Prospector limpet engaged.
4% palladium. Nah.
Prospector limpet engaged.
8% painite, that's pretty good. What about those two large fragments? What are they done? Oh, it's iron and nickel. And it's chromium, which I'm probably full on chromium as well. There I am. You know what? I think I'm gonna head back to the base now. And let's see how much we actually end up... Oh, that's the rock. We ended up getting here. But I think whether you want to do this in a large ship and have longer trips, or you want to do this in a small ship and then go back more often, but have the extra maneuverability, that's a matter of taste. I don't think that I'm gonna be able to do a this is better than the other. I think it's gonna be a matter of taste, what you like. Yeah, Anthony asked for pharmaceutical isolators. Yeah. high-grade emissions in systems with outbreak, just as Crash Chest posted in on YouTube. Let me see here. Where is Gears Memorial? Job offer. Really? Wow, that's no. What a carry illegal stuff. Anthony, I have a spreadsheet where where there's a list of all the locations of the various materials and where you can get them. Let me just see if I can find that for you here real quick. Which is probably going to result in me doing a loop, but we'll have to live with that. Well, I'll just set it to 75 and begin to approach the station here. Let's share this, copy link, and I'm going to post this on YouTube. There you go. There's a link there. The site, oops, now we look at a loop. The spreadsheet is currently in maintenance mode, meaning that some of the information it's being updated basically. I'm just to make sure that everything is valid. But so far I've color coded the videos in there, so that the videos in green is the one that I know is still working and still up to date. The red ones is something that I need to probably replace, and the yellow ones are the ones that needs to be tested, that I'm not 100% sure about whether it still works or not. So keep that in mind, and I will probably finish the update of the sheet within this week. That's the plan, at least. Yeah. Those, I'll give you all your passengers as slave, and I'll give you nothing compared to what they're paying. So what, we spent around 20 minutes in the field this time, and we've got some decent cargo here. Look at that, 10 tons of painite, lots of palladium as well.
We hope you find everything to your liking. Access authorized. Clear to land at Docking Bay 40.
See if we can stop this drift at the right time. Almost, we did slightly overshoot. Okay, docking pad 40. I can see it. Oh, way too fast. Way too fast. Okay, we're gonna have to do a little bit of a bump here.
Attention, Commander. Do not block access to landing pads.
Oops. There we go. Okay.
Confirmed contact. Engaging docking restraints.
So let's see how much we made this time. Oh yeah, we bought a Python. So what? When did we lose 50 million? So we're about 150 and a half ish. So let's see what we made in those, I think 15-20 minutes we win the ring. 150 and a half. And here comes the big one. That's 1.2 million in, let's say, 15 minutes of mining. So that's gonna give us what, just shy of 5 millions per hour? Yeah, it's not great. It's not great at all. But, oh, did I miss something? Haven't I sold everything? I have. Good. But anyway, I think that was... I definitely learned a lot today, and I might unfortunately have to ditch the mining crate and do a mining python instead. At least I'm gonna try it and see how I like it with the little bit less maneuverable ship. But we're gonna get more shields. We're gonna get extra cargo. Just because I think we're gonna get a... I mean... I just think that the 126 cargo we currently have on the crate is a little bit too little. I would like a little bit more cargo for a longer mining trip, especially now that we are gonna be prospecting so quickly. Just to extend the trips a little bit. But I'm gonna call it for today, and I'll just quickly jump over to the end scene here. There we go. So, gotta call it now, and I really hope that you enjoyed the stream. There will, now that the mining cutter is done, I will definitely do a build guide for it. The medium-sized mining ship is gonna take me a little bit longer before that thing is done, and I will probably end up having it part of a extended mining guide in the Q4 when that thing comes out. Yeah, exactly. As Bob says, mining has always been more about fun than cash. You never do mining for credits. You can, but it's gonna take a while. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's stream, and if you haven't already, remember to subscribe to the channel. There, of course, is a subscription button below on YouTube, and if you're watching this from Twitch, you can go down and click the follow button there. And yeah, I hope you liked it, and until next time, I'll see you guys in space.